In our last video, the lighthouse video, we used these inexpensive little plastic palm trees. Now I think we did okay with them, but I think we can do better. And that's what today's video is about. So let's jump into this. All three palm trees come in three parts: the upper, the leaf, the lower leaf, and the trunk itself. We'll get to the leaves or the palm fronds in a moment, but let's start with the trunks. For inexpensive trees, these actually do have a little detail on the trunk. And what I'd like to do is to rough the trunks up and bring a little of that detail out so it can catch paint and weathering powder a bit better. Here I'm using a lightweight manicure pedicure style Dremel tool, and I like this very lightweight one because it'll kind of bounce off the plastic a bit, roughing things up a little but not digging into the plastic too much. The next tool up is a heat gun. Now I typically use this for heat shrink tube, that sort of thing. But it's going to be very useful here because I wanted to form these palm fronds, the leaves. I want to get them a little more natural looking, not like they all came out of the same mold, which they probably did. And what we do is just apply some heat to the fronds and bend the leaves. I think you could use a hairdryer for this step as well. The main point here is just to get the leaves very pliable, and once you bend them, they'll tend to hold their shape. I think that might be one of the big problems with plants or trees like this when you buy them. They've all popped out of the same mold, so they all look the same. Just this simple step of giving them a different shape really helps. Now it's not a radical transformation, but if you look here, the lower part of the plant on the right, it looks kind of awful. On the left, it just looks a bit more organic. A light coat of plastic adhesion promoter, and you can see it on the palm fronds on the left hand side, and we're going to be ready to paint. I was going to use one of these Vallejo greens as my base color, but as this is just a base color and we'll be adding more color on top, I decided to go with an inexpensive craft paint, and I think, especially with the plastic adhesion promoter, this is going to work out just fine, and I like this shade of green. When I use cheap craft paints in my airbrush, I always like to add a little bit of this Vallejo flow improver. They say it lubricates the needle and will prevent the craft paint from drying out too quickly. You can see the results here of using the inexpensive craft paint and the flow improver. It really does adhere nicely to the plastic. It's a nice even coat of paint, and it doesn't obscure any detail. Here I've just added some really, maybe too subtle accent colors to represent some dead palm fronds. You know, I'm always leery. I tend to go too muted in my colors because I find if you go really brash, especially with smaller trees, it can stand out too much. Again, using craft paints with the flow improver, I hit the tree trunks just a bit, green for the coconuts and just two shades for the trunks. Now, I'm going to touch this up later with some weathering powder, but this is a pretty good base color, I think. Before we go to the next step, which really is the point of this video, you can see by just applying heat and reshaping the palms a bit, we end up with a more natural, organic looking palm tree. Now the fun part of the video, the rope and twine to simulate both dead palm fronds and whatever, there's kind of a fibrous stringy material that you see underneath a lot of palm trees. That's what we're going to tackle here. I have both a fairly heavy rope and a much finer twine or jute that I picked up, I think both from Harbor Freight. Now I'm just going to kind of unravel these a bit and see what looks better underneath the palms. I got the whole idea for this dead palm frond look over at the Boulder Creek Railroad YouTube channel. I'll leave a link below. You should check them out. Just some amazing modeling over there. The twine was a much better choice, really the only choice, as the rope was too stiff, too coarse. Now the trick is just to sit down and unravel a whole bunch of twine. I went with 3-inch sections of this twine to unravel. Kind of arbitrary, but I had to start someplace, and I figure I can adjust from here, make cuts to see what looks best on our trees. Even when I cut down to 1 inch and tried it on a tree, it was still far too long. And also we've got 3 different sized trees, a small, medium, and large, so we're going to cut down a bit from there. Another thing to consider if you look at a lot of prototype palm trees, which I have, photos online, this matter underneath the trees, it really varies quite a bit from tree to tree, so I don't think there's any right or wrong length to go. Here I'm going with Mod Podge Matte as my adhesive, and as you can see, I'm just painting a ring of it underneath the coconuts on each trunk. The amount of the material, the dead fronds, even on the same kind of a tree, the same species, can vary wildly. Now I really want this to stand out, so I'm going a little heavy on my fronds. As you can see, it's a bit messy. It's not overly organized. Now, I did get better as I went along, but this was the first tree I did, and I thought, well, let's show this one. It's not great, or at least it doesn't look great at the moment, but that's like a lot of things when you do modeling. Either your first time doing something, your first attempt, it doesn't always look great, but you stick with it and you can make it work. After I got the initial layer of fronds attached, I then painted another coat of the Mod Podge on top of that, squeezed it a bit through the fibers because I really wanted to lock these in. I cut quite a bit of extra jute here. That's fine. These will be for my next palm trees. Now here's the first application with the Mod Podge dried. Now up top, right under the coconuts, the leaves will cover a lot of this, but overall I think this works. Before I put on the second application of the palm fronds, I took a little dental brush and kind of combed its hair. Here's a look at all 6 trees with the second application. I think we're looking good. They're nice and full. I think we can really work with these. I wanted to go with kind of a barrel look so the fronds are tapered towards the trunk. So here I'm using a trimmer that I picked up to use on static grass. It works great on this twine as well. While it's not exactly a night and day difference, I do like that sort of barrel shape on the left-hand side. And here we have all 6 trees with the second application of jute and all their hair combed with that little dental brush. And the final look. Overall, I really like the way this twine looks. I think it really adds something to an otherwise, well, cheap or inexpensive palm tree. I think also the subtle variations in the leaf color, they work pretty well. And by roughing up the tree bark, it really accepted weathering powders nicely. Here shown are the new palm trees against the palm trees from the previous project, the lighthouse project. And I do think I like the new palm trees a bit better with the dead fronds, and also a little more color work on the fronds. Also, the base for the lighthouse was actually driftwood from down at the cove. Well, this one's just a piece of a dead branch from the backyard, but I think it works. And again, I really would like to say thanks to the Boulder Creek YouTube channel. This idea worked out nicely. I think I'm on a bit of a roll now with palm trees. I think I can see a little micro train layout in our future. I hope you enjoyed this video and got something from it. I think it's a lot of fun to see just a handful of very simple steps elevate something like these plastic palm trees. Thanks very much for taking the time to watch this video, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one.